Hey guys, Gian here of Gadget Pilipinas. Today, we're going to talk about the 8BitDo Ultimate Bluetooth Controller. This controller should not be confused with the 8BitDo Ultimate Controller with charging dock. These are two different products, and it's important for you to know this before you make your purchase decision. Now, the former, this one, has a layout that is pretty much similar to the Nintendo Pro controller, while the latter is themed after the Xbox controller. Now, I bought this controller at Pixel Play, which is the online shop of DataBlitz via Lazada, and it came with this box, and inside is of course the controller, a charging dock, which is this one, where you can find also the 2.4G dongle. There are also a couple of paperworks and a Type-C to Type-A cable. That's pretty much everything you can find inside the box. Oh, and before we continue, let me first talk about the sponsor of this video, GoTime Bank. Since you're watching this video, I'd like to tell you about the latest news and promos about GoTime. In case you missed my recent YouTube Shorts and TikTok videos about GoTime Bank, I talked about my first phygital experience. I'm impressed with how GoTime managed to make our first experience with their app down to the printing of our debit card. For starters, the app is very intuitively designed and easy to comprehend. It is also easy to sign up and log in to the app, which is totally ready for you to send, shop, and save. It only took me less than 5 minutes to get my GoTime Bank debit card. It only asked me to log in using my username, quickly waited for the OTP for security purposes, and voila! Debit card printed with my name on it. And you know what's best about this? It's totally free. You can actually do this yourself in their kiosks located in Robinson's Supermarket. Now here's the kicker. Starting November 9, you can pay with your GoTime Bank debit card in any Robinsons Retail Holdings, Inc. or RRHI stores nationwide. And you can get 20% cashback on your first card swipe and 3 times Go Rewards points. All you need to do is download the app and get your card at the nearest kiosks in your area. Pro tip to my Las Piñas neighborhood, there's a kiosk at Robinsons Las Piñas. Now, let me talk about the design efforts that 8BitDo made on the charging dock. It sports a matte white texture. It has a 8BitDo logo at the front and an elegant-looking white ambient light at the bottom. Now, it leaves an aesthetic but minimalistic look when placed on your table. Now, at the back of the charging dock, you'll see the Type-C port, and at the bottom, you will find the 2.4G wireless dongle. Now, with this setup, you can just simply leave this behind with your laptop or consoles, as you can use and charge the controller with just a Type-C cable and charger. Now, let's talk about the controller. Now, the 8BitDo Ultimate Bluetooth Controller is made with the same pastel white color and matte finish. Now, grip has a different tactile feel, which adds value to ergonomics. Button layout is very much similar to that of the Nintendo Pro controller, with an extra profile button sandwiched between the D-pad and the right joystick. And of course, a programmable star button between the plus and minus keys. The controller has 2 pro-level back buttons that you can either assign extra keys or macros to. Now, the left and the right trigger buttons are analog, which means they are sensitive to physical actuations. Now, this is great for playing racing or FPS games. The controller uses Gulikit Hall sensing joysticks, which ultimately eliminate the issue of joystick drift over time. The potential meters, which understand the direction of the joysticks, will not wear off because there are no parts that have contact with any parts. Now, just a confession, I own a Steam Deck, and I actually didn't think of swapping its original joystick sensors to Hall sensor ones was a good idea until I tried this controller from 8BitDo. The performance is definitely much better, and the fact that I won't have to worry about joystick drift in the future made me decide to buy a Gulikit Hall sensing joystick package online. It's coming to me in a few weeks. Now, in terms of quality of the rest of the buttons, they are all fantastic. The D-pad is very precise, and the actuation and travel distance of the buttons are almost perfect. Now, this may be a little controversial, but I somehow like this one more than the Xbox Series X's D-pads. The face buttons are equally good as well. I like how 8BitDo designed it to be more glossy than the D-pads, which make it ideal especially for fighting games. Now, in terms of compatibility, I was able to try this controller on the following devices. We have the ROG Flow Z13, the Steam Deck, the Nintendo Switch OLED, the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and the ROG Phone 6 Pro. Now at this point, you can now see the working and ideal setup per device. On Windows, the 2.4G wireless connection works flawlessly on the ROG Flow Z13 and the Steam Deck on Windows setup, not the SteamOS setup. The controller is registered as X input on both devices. Now, for some reason, I cannot make it work on SteamOS, but I've heard that the ultimate version, not the one that I've got here, works well or works better on SteamOS. Now, here are a couple of videos of gameplays on the Steam Deck Windows, of course, boot with the controller set to the dongle, the 2.4G. The controller also works well on the Nintendo Switch, and it feels like it's natively suited for the Switch, which means that if you're looking for a wireless Nintendo Pro controller, then you may want to check this out. It also works very well on Android and iOS devices. I was able to connect this to my ROG Phone 6 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max via Bluetooth and managed to map the input so I can play Call of Duty Mobile with a controller. I've got games that support controllers, and you don't want controllers like the ones from Razer and Gameser. You can consider getting this one at the expense of very, very minor latency. Almost there's no latency when playing Bluetooth. Yeah, it's just me, but I didn't even notice at all. The 8BitDo Ultimate Bluetooth Controller also has applications for Windows, Android, and iOS. Regardless of version, you're given the choice between X input or D input to match your preferred controller layout. You're given a choice between Windows and Nintendo Switch if you want to. Now, the fact that 8BitDo maintained the same UI and features of the apps across all ecosystems makes me really happy. Now, you can now buy this controller for less than 3,000 pesos via Lazada and $69 via Amazon. Affiliate links are in the description, so you want to buy them. We would love it if you could buy one because that will also help the channel out. Overall, the 8BitDo Ultimate Bluetooth Controller is an amazing accessory that will work well on your devices. I would have wanted it to have an additional physical switch for X input and D input on top of the Bluetooth and 2.4G, just like the one on the Ultimate Controller, not the Bluetooth one. But that's probably something that 8BitDo is working on for the future. Well, that's it, guys. This has been Gian of GadgetPilipinas.net. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you want videos like this, all you need to do is just subscribe and click the notification bell. Again, this has been Gian, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.